48 hours ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, a 2-minute game, 1-possession game, 2 minutes, I would have taken it. I was really proud of our effort. I was really proud of our approach. I thought this was the best. Our guys were prepared for the game, and we had 2 good days of practice, and it really carried over, and it gave us an opportunity to win the game. I thought at times we just beat ourselves. I mean, look, UVA is one of the best coached teams in the country year in and year out. They have some very good players, and they came in here and won the game. They made plays and they won the game, but I thought at times we gave them some things too, and you can't do that against a really good team, home or away, it doesn't matter. So really proud of our effort. It was a pretty cool college game. 2 minutes left on the clock, 1-possession game. We have a chance to win the game. We got to learn to put those games, find a way to put those games away, find a way to get the lead and put them away. And I told our guys today after the game how proud I was of them. This is a game where we got to use to get better because we've been improving. You guys have all seen that. I want this to sting for about an hour, I told them. Make it hurt for an hour, and let's use this and get better. You've probably heard me say this before, but I think you grow most as a team when you get stuck in the valley a little bit. This wasn't the result we wanted. All right, now let's learn from it and let's grow. You grow the most when you get knocked down, and we got to grow, and we can become better and better.
Norm. Coach, I know they've got some veteran guys that have been some tough spots, but were you surprised at how adept they were at breaking your press?
Yeah, it was twofold. I liked we picked up the ball and we worked it, so they didn't start their offense very early in the possession, and there were times it was under 20. A couple of close to 15. We just didn't trap enough today, and that's disappointing. And we gotta make sure that we gotta go trap. And part of that sometimes you gotta take chances. But if a guy hits a 3, then you're like, uh-oh. And we didn't trap hard enough today. We didn't take enough chances, and that's how you speed up the game. That's to our advantage. And so that was disappointing. We got to correct that. We will. The one thing about these guys, when we emphasize something and work on it, there's got to be carryover. They're getting better and better with carryover. But we didn't put them in some tough situations when we got 2 on the ball or trapped or rotated, and we're sort of stuck in the mud in the press. And a team like that runs their offense as fluid as they do, that can hurt you, and it did today.
You played 2 entirely different styles of opponents Monday and today. Just explain how that, I guess, will benefit you when you go to Maui and play 3 games in 3 days.
Yeah, well, there's no excuses. You got to play who you play, and if one team walks it up or one team's chucking 3s or whatever in between, you got to adjust and make plays. Truthfully, it's about us. We'll prepare for whoever our opponent is and be ready, but it's about us. If we play our way on both sides of the floor, we're going to get better and better, and we'll be able to beat a team like today. We got to do it quick because we play some really good teams in Maui, but we got to grow, and it doesn't matter who we play. It's more about us and getting better.
Looking at Kyle Guy for them, what made him such a tough matchup, and have you seen development in his game in terms of being willing to go to the rim as opposed to just pulling up for 3s?
Yeah, he was always, I think he had more of a role last year. This year is he's getting 20 shots a game, and we gave him some early ones. We just gave him some open early in the game that got him going. And anytime you get a guy like that, you get him going early, and he becomes a buzzsaw, and that's what it was. And we didn't run him off the 3, and of course he put it down a few times. And the one thing about their offense is it's not just one screen. It's multiple screens, and they probably set 200 screens for him in the 40-minute period, and it only takes him a couple to get off and empty himself, and it's up. So we gotta get better at that. But I thought at times we guarded really well, and at times we just we gave him one here and gave him one there, and then he made a couple tough ones. And when you get in the groove, that it's hard to stop a guy like that. He's very good. He puts on the floor. He had a couple steals today, I think, that really hurt us, that led to baskets. One thing, we turned the ball over, we threw it to the other team, and they scored. They had wide open layups and too many turnovers today. But he had a couple early in the game that got him going too. So you got to keep those guys on their wraps for sure.
Mark.
Two teams separated by 70 miles, great atmosphere, great basketball game. From your perspective, how big a game is this for the state, for basketball fans here? And obviously you guys play next year, but how crucial is it to kind of keep this thing going?
Well, it's fun. I mean, come on, why we're all here is, I know you guys have a job to do, but your job is to watch basketball and report about it, college basketball, and it's a rivalry like this, and that was fun today. And I'm disappointed in the result. Our team, VCU, is disappointed in the result, but I mean, are you kidding me? We sat around for a couple hours and watched VCU and UVA play in front of a packed house, 2 minutes on the clock. It's anybody's game. I mean, that's the fun of it, and that's why games like this should be played all the time. I hope we continue to play them. I hope we do it with a lot of teams like that because it's a lot of fun for everybody. It was a cool crowd today, like always, but it probably meant a little bit more for people around Richmond because it was two schools a lot of people have pride in.
Coach, you guys came into the game and you had 12 turnovers, but I saw you animate on the sideline because there were a lot of and1 calls missed that like you had seen on court. Would you let your players know in the fact of not letting the officials take over the game? And just
I mean, they're human too. I mean, you'll never hear me make an excuse. I mean, I don't care if they don't call any fouls or they call every foul. You got to adjust and you got to figure it out. More important than that is you can't throw the ball to the other team. You got to run a play out of a timeout the right way, and we will. We'll get better and tougher and stronger, and we'll become a better basketball team because we're going to grow from this. But we have our mantra in our program is 0% complaining. And I make practice so hard, and some days we call tons of fouls, some days we don't call any fouls because it doesn't matter. You still got to get your result. And so, yeah, it's just part of the game. It's how it goes. But, if they were really good for us today, the other team would be complaining and vice versa. I'm just you're not getting that from me. We don't complain in this program, and we got to find a way to win anyway. And it's how we still had a chance to win it no matter if some things didn't go our way. Wayne.
Coach, you mentioned you can use this game to get better. What are the biggest areas you think you can pull to build on, as you, especially going to Maui and playing some more quality teams out there?
Pressing, guarding the three. Marquette has some great shooters, guys that can really fill it up. We got to guard the three better, and then of course we got to press. We guarded full court today, but we didn't press, and we got to do what we do best. And I thought on the offensive end we just they're very good, maybe one of the best defensive teams we'll face all year. We still got great looks, great opportunities. We got to knock them down, but we got to make sure we don't turn the ball over that leads to unanswered points. And I think those things are the most important way, without a doubt.
We've got time for 2 more questions.
Coach Adam Epstein, 106.7 The Fan. Johnny Williams hits a clutch shot there, a three-pointer. How do you feel like he's growing his role this season? He's got to be the guy.
Really proud of him. When we got here, I told him, I said, you got the keys to the car, man, and so go. And he hasn't stopped. I'm really proud of him. He's done a great job of making the game easier for he and his teammates, and what that leads to confidence on the court, shooting the ball, finding ways to score, finding ways to get his teammates. I think he had 8 assists. I think he only had 1 turnover, 1 bad one there where he tried to be, sometimes you try to be a hero when things are going your way, and he'll learn. Nobody ever questions his effort and his approach and how much he loves VCU. So if I'm going to ride with anyone, I'm riding with Johnny for sure. He's a special kid.
Last question.
Coach, you touched on this, but how much of the three-point defensive struggles do you think is just running into 3 teams that can really stroke it, or how much is it young guys not running guys off the line?
Well, it's got to be both. Of course, you play teams that have shooters. Everybody has shooters now, but we gotta have an urgency when that ball is in the air to a guy behind the three-point line that we're there. We're stickering him, as we call it, and we don't have enough urgency. It's almost like sometimes we dare you to shoot it. Well, you're a good shooter. That's an easy shot, and we got to have more urgency, and that's just something we got to go crazy about in practice. And at times we did a good job today, but not enough. We gave up 10 for 23 from 3 is going to get you beat. That's going to become a major sense of urgency for us. So Marquette has guys that can really shoot it like Kyle Guy. So we got to make sure we really defend the 3-point line on Monday. It will be an emphasis the next 3 days.
All right, thanks, guys.